Om Hridayo Kamalamadhe Rajitam Nirvikalpam Sadakhilo Vedatitamekasarupam Prakriti Vikriti Shunnam Nityam Anandamurting Bimala Paramahangsam Ramakrishnam Bhajama. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I meditate on Sri Ramakrishna, the ever pure and exalted Paramhansa Sannyasin. He always shines as the unmodified, ever blissful, immanent self in my heart. An incarnation of the One, the Supreme Self or Brahman. He is beyond the diversifying effects of time-space causation. He exists transcending the qualities of nature and time. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So, good morning. And today our topic is, who is Ramakrishna? This, you all come here, you call it Vedanta Society. And we expect that we will be only keeping no image, no form, not even anything. Advaita Vedanta, non-dual, absolute. Something, a vacant room, or a symbol, at best there should be one Om. But is it not a contradiction that in one way we say it is called Vedanta Society, we preach the ancient message of the Vedanta, and at the same time we are putting some guy here, Sri Ramakrishna we call. This is a very dear one. We love him, but he is very nice, sweet. Expression of purity, expression of joy, spirituality, transcendence. That's good. But why we are putting him here in our altar and we all try to meditate upon him? That who is this Sri Ramakrishna? It's a big question, and this is our life's journey to know him in its real essence. It is very difficult for us people who live in this context of time, space and causation, and with a little ability of our mind to fathom the infinite nature of the divine. We may talk of high philosophy, but we need some living example where the philosophy and the ideals as expressed in all the religions of the world to manifest in one's life. Can we find there is one ideal who will be the embodiment of all the conflicting spiritual thoughts and ideas of today and time to come? All the spiritual struggles and all the highest accomplishments of spiritual journey in every nooks and corners of the world. Can it be solidified into someone's life to see he stands as a unique example for all of the humanity? That was really lacking in the history. We get this unique message that only truth is one. Sages call it in various names. From the Upanishadic time we know. We know that in the mansion of the heaven, God's mansion, there are many homes, many mansions. Yes. But can we find anyone just approaching him or standing before him? I can see my ideal totally manifested there in its own glory. That was waiting to be expressed in a human body, and that was left for Sri Ramakrishna. It is very difficult, whatever I say, to describe Sri Ramakrishna is belittling him, because we remember the very powerful statement of Swami Vivekananda when he was asked that can you write a life on Ramakrishna, because he was so much influenced by Ramakrishna and he was nothing but Ramakrishna in him. Then he said, I am incompetent. I am incompetent to write about him because he was so great. If I try to write, I will make a monkey out of a Shiva. His humility as also, it gives a glimpse that where Ramakrishna stands. It's not that I am glorifying because I belong to this Ramakrishna order, but the people of the intelligent people, scholars, scientists, philosophers, historians, they viewed Ramakrishna in that way, in an a language which is more superfluous than what we can think about. It is not superfluous, it is the way they understood it. That's the point, that he is Swami Sarvadevananda, the writer of Ramakrishna's biography, which has been translated by Swami Chetanananda recently, by my divine, divine? Divine play. Before it was, another book was there. It is called the Great Master. But it is only a translation. But what he said there, he depicted Ramakrishna as Deva Manava. He was Manava in the human form, like us, human. Actually, he walked in the streets of Calcutta. He went to the doors of every spiritual aspirant who is worshipping God in whatever way they like. And he moved and smiled and he acted like us, ordinary. He ate like us, he slept like us. But what is the speciality? But he was not though human, but it was God himself. Deva Manav. The divine and the human are punched together. Sometimes we see the human aspect, but through the human aspect, the divine is as if trying to come out of the divine spiritual truths, the divine joy, the stainless, unique truth, which is the basis of our very foundation of our life. And also Swami Vivekananda, though he said that he cannot say anything, but in his evening prayers, he has defined him and glorified him in beautiful languages, which really very difficult to comprehend unless one deepens their spiritual life, in spiritual life. He has defined that Ramakrishna, is holding a human body, like any other person like us, but he is the stainless absolute. It's contradictory term. It is darkness and light, as it were. Niranjana, which is blemish, free from all blemish, and Nararupadhara. He has embodied a human personality, as it were, and his activities appear to be like human, but through every activity he has manifested that truth and truth alone. He has defined that Ramakrishna is what? Chit Ghanakaya. His kaya, means this body, is not made of flesh and bone. It was made of, as it were, it was made of chit, the consciousness. You cannot find in Ramakrishna anything but God. And that God in what perspective? Not the God of the Hindus, not the God of the Christians, not the God of Islam, not the God of any religion in the earth, but the consummation of all. If you say, who is God? The same question can be put. Can he? Is a form? Yes. He may be in the form, Ramakrishna said. He is in formless? Yes, he can be formless. And how form and formless can go together? How he can be limited? He can be Anuraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. How can in the Upanishad declares he is the finest and the fine and the vastest and the vast? You cannot imagine how vast it is possible to be. How this contradictory can match together. But that is the same thing. It goes for Sri Ramakrishna. We have only little 1 ounce cup. And with that 1 ounce cup, if we go to measure the Pacific Ocean, what shall we say? Oh, it is more than my cup. Because it overflows. But no, you can take 1 ounce cup, 1 pound cup, how big you can make a cup, but you cannot hold what is the Pacific Ocean is like described by the measurement of the cup. Cup is our mind. We can conceive as much our mind is pure. We can conceive as much as the fathom, you can measure the fathomless ocean. That means you have to be that. You cannot understand. Swami Vivekananda, before his death, he said, one day he was coming down from, when he died, the day he was leaving his body, he knew that that is the day. He was coming down from the shrine, and when he was coming down, he was talking to himself as it were. Somebody overheard that if there were another Vivekananda, he could have understood what Vivekananda has done. So Sri Ramakrishna didn't say that, but it is really, it's more than that. It needs centuries and millennium to understand Ramakrishna. As time passes on, we can find its impact, how it is traveling in the hearts of the people who want to peace, joy, harmony in all fields of spiritual progress. He is called the Jrimbhita Juga Ishvara in the language of Swami Vivekananda. Jrimbhita means manifested as the Juga Ishvara. The Ishvara, the Lord, the Creator, the Sustainer, maintaining personality as Juga for that age. He didn't came for a particular time period, for the Yuga. Yuga in the Hindu concept is millions and billions of years, is one Yuga. Brahma's one day is 4,032,000 years of human calculation, one day only, and he lives for 100 years. One day he goes to sleep, means how many billions of years go for us. And he is manifested to give the spirituality, as it were, as the Lord of this age of doubt and skepticism, age of meanness and unkindness in the name of religion. But he is the Lord in that area. It seems too much adjective given by Swami Vivekananda. But giving that much, he says, I am incapable of saying anything. And I cannot write. He didn't agree to write and never wrote anything. But at the same time, Swami Vivekananda has defined him as Yoga Sahaya. You are a spiritual aspirant. You are trying to unite yoga, unite with God. In your own way, you want to connect with God. You need not have to change this way, that way. In your way, you want to unite with God, then He is the friend. The song we heard is my friend, eternal friend. All the time helping everyone from wherever one is there, from that platform to the ultimate truth, which is unchanging, absolute, Vedantic principle of oneness. So it is very beautiful, his idea. He has come for not his own purpose. He has defined bhanjana, dukha ganjana. He has come, we are troubled with our pains and sufferings of life. To destroy that. Bhanjan means destruction of that feeling the sufferings and pains of human being. He has come only to destroy that suffering so that we can be established in our eternal glory of knowing the divine. And we find that in his life there is nothing but compassion, condensed compassion. Karuna ghana has been described as the ghana. Ghana means condensed. And Ramakrishna's body can be described as not a human body, but it is a body of compassion. He is actually telling some Baburam Maharaj that what has happened to me, can you tell me? Why I feel restless for you people? You are poor guys, you are all students, you have no money, even you cannot give me 1 cent worth some sweetmeat, or can give me a torn mat to sit over. You have no money, nothing to do. Why I feel attracted? People may get attracted to rich people, beautiful looking person, and this and that, but what? Why I feel like that? This is only for the love of humanity. And where is more attracted? Where there is little element, little truth. That's why he's crying on the roof of the music tower after attaining his old spiritual experiences and crying, I am waiting for you. Oh, ye children, come, come, come. I cannot withstand anymore talking mundane talks. In the Upanishad it's called bhuma, bhuma. Talk about bhuma. Bhuma tu eva vijigyasasya. Talk about the infinite, limitless, absolute. Don't live in the petty little thing. With all little thing you will go, come and go, it will go away. But live in that vastness. So, come, come. So, that was his cry. And that cry reaches in every nooks and corners of the world. Wherever he find, he says, Ramakrishna said, anyone who is sincere, God will reveal to him. Not talking about religion, not to the Hindus. He being a Hindu guy, he could have told that. Born Hindu, Brahmin, Orthodox Brahmin. But he didn't say that. He said anyone sincere, anyone calls upon God with sincere heart, he will have the experience. And has opened the door up and broken all the limitations of our thinking. All the conflicts which existed since the creation of the human civilization, people are conflicting. This is true or that is true, that is true or this is, if that is true, it is not true. Here is the only person who have harmonized everything and says, no, 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 don't fight. It is not that. It is only your viewing from one level, go up another level and another level. You will find these are all true. We are all looking at God and we are all practicing to get peace and joy, viewing according to our own tendencies and temperaments. He says, yes, you are the example. It is not only talking. You have brought a life which is Bonchana Kamokanchana. You are the renouncer of lust and greed. And you are the king of renouncers. You are the lord of renouncer. If we dive deep into that level, we will be overwhelmed. It has never been shown in that depth and that intensity. That one coin, if you touch his body, it rejects, repels. As we feel, what you call, allergic to many things. It is not your fault. Some pollens come and you cannot take it, no? So your body reacts. So if that is so, have you heard of anybody who will be unhappy to get $1 million? Would you find that anyone will be unhappy if he is given gold and jewel and everything? He is unhappy with that. Not only unhappy, his physical body reacts. It's a very, very unique personality. It cannot be experienced like that. And the intelligent people like Noren thought that he may make a fake show and talks like that. Let me try and test him. So one day you know that story that he went to Dakshineshwar to salute the Mother Kali, what he used to call God as Mother. That's also another point, we will talk about that. So he went there, and when he came back, and stealthily, this Noren, whom Sri Ramakrishna loved very dearly, but he is a good student. He wanted to experiment and put a coin under the bed. And then Ramakrishna didn't know anything. He came and he sat on the bed and he jumped out and cried out as if some scorpion biting has happened. Did you hear of anybody in the history that it has happened for anyone? Even the great gurus and great ideals. It is not that we have to compare that this incarnation is less than that incarnation. No. As a Ramakrishna's training, we must have to be sure about that, not to do that type of analysis. But the uniqueness of this, that God is infinite. When He incarnates, He can manifest His power in whatever area it is needed during that time. So in this incarnation, it was needed to show the world for peace and happiness. What is the thing? Lust will take you to joy, give you freedom, and greed will give you freedom, or straight, life is short. You want to make a quick journey in this short period of time, then try to think lust and greed. Avoid, not avoid. Again, it's difficult. You say, oh my God, I don't want to enjoy this, I cannot enjoy that. No. Enjoy it much deeply by putting God behind it. It's a unique thing. It is not to just go into the forest and give up sell your house and building and cars and everything and throw away your wife, children, boom, I am now spiritual. No, Sri Ramakrishna didn't say that. Sri Ramakrishna said that, yes, you have that tendency, but give a twist to that. Give a twist towards God. It is then the last, yes, cry for God, who is the repository of much more joy. It is not a loss, it is a gain. Because I was living with petty joy, now I will get eternal joy. I was thinking of how little we can get through the senses, and it is a joy which is million times of that, which we cannot calculate. In the Upanishad they describe the joy. How is the joy of a knower of truth? It is so vast. And he gave how to do that? Previous ways were to reject, go. Not this, not this, not this, give up everything. But it is for the, like some people maybe of that temperament, like the monks, and then path, okay, we like this path, okay, that's okay. But it is not needed. What about the masses? What about thousands and millions of people in the world? Only have everything, only give a twist. Let your anger be there, put it to God. You are desirous of anything, desire God. You are serving, you are working all day, you are working and you are get tired. No, you are working for God like Martha. Hey, be Martha. And that can give you the same result with God, union. It's a purification process. So do it and you reach the truth. So here we find that it's out of compassion he comes and teaches this by leading a life, and that life is a testimony that you can test him. And that there is a gross example. Sri Ramakrishna, in our scripture, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that a man of illumination, what happens? He is so off from the sensate experience that if any touch of sensitivity comes, sensual experience approaches, they withdraw their sense organs. In the Bhagavad Gita it is said, Kurmo angani ivo sarvasa. Kurmo means turtle, a tortoise. You have seen the tortoise, it moves with his leg, with his mouth big, it goes like this, no? But he is searching for food or anything on his journey. But if any obstacle comes, what happens? It shuts his mouth inside. It takes it in such a way, now you can chop with a sword even, the mouth will not come out. This is the example given in the Bhagavad Gita. This is a theoretical knowledge. Can you find with Ramakrishna? Can you find with anyone else? Yes, Ramakrishna stands for a proof. You remember that story, Mathur Babu, the landlord. He thought this Ramakrishna is becoming good guy. He is a very pure soul, but too much crying and weeping for God and cannot keep his sanity. So he thought better. He needs some treatment. So he thought his own way the treatment. He called some of the prostitutes and pushed him in his room, in his Calcutta house. And then what happened? Sri Ramakrishna, seeing them, he threw away his cloth unconsciously, and he started crying and weeping like that and went into samadhi. And these ladies don't know what is samadhi. They thought that the guy is already senseless. What to do? They started like a mother fanning. Someone is bringing water to splash on the face and this and that. And totally they got their motherly expression of love and the purity and sanctity of the person. So this is called the real renunciation of lust and greed. To give as example in the world, have you seen before? We do not know of. In the history we do not hear like that. And then actually they scolded Mathur Babu afterwards, that what do you do? The point is that he stands in that state of renunciation, but it is not void. Renunciation is not void. We are afraid. If I give up, then what will happen? No. You give up, you be like Ramakrishna. See, his face is always beaming with joy. And not only beaming, the people around are feel uplifted into that joy. So it is not a loss, but it is the real purpose of renunciation is absolutely engaging into that joy, limitless joy. He stands there. And who is he? He is beyond all mind and speech, description. But he is the substratum of all. He says, Namo Namo Prabhu Bhakkamanatito. O Lord, O Sri Ramakrishna, Swami Vivekananda in the evening prayer he said that you are beyond speech and mind, but still you are the substratum of all. Manovachanaiko dhar. You are the one substratum upon which all the created universe is coming. You are beyond time, space and causation, but you are working through the time, space and causation. You are the substratum of all. This is your infinite ocean upon which all the millions and billions of ripples and waves, they are functioning and dancing and playing like that. You are the support of all the whole universe. And you are the light of the light. Jyotira Jyoti. You are the Jyoti. Jyoti means the light. You are the light of the light. The eternal light, which never waxes and wanes. It is always that eternal and absolute. And that's why it is very difficult to say who is Ramakrishna. Rabindranath Tagore the great noble laureate mystic, he described Sri Ramakrishna in his own unique way. He was asked, he was a Brahmo. Brahmos don't believe in the worship of the form. But Sri Ramakrishna was worshipper of Mother Kali. So it was not very appealing to many educated mind of that period. And then he was asked to Dr. Tagore was requested to write something or speak something on the centenary year, 100th year of Ramakrishna's birth, to preside over that. And he sent one simple four lines where he has manifested his idea about Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna is the embodiment of the ideals of everyone. And he's presented there that this Ramakrishna is that where like in infinite ocean, where he said, Bahu sadhaker bahu sadhanar dhara. The streams of the spiritual practices of a nameless, limitless spiritual aspirants all have mingled, bahu sadhanar. It has mingled into your meditation. Dhyane tumar milito hoyeche tara. They have all mingled into the ocean that is you, in your meditation. In your meditation, all the different streams of spiritual practices, bahu sadhaker bahu sadhanar dhara, dhyane tumar milito hoyeche tara, they have all come in unison in one place, in your meditation. And tumar jivane, in your life, ashimer lila pathe, in the journey to the infinite, timeless, spaceless, absolute. Nutan Tirtha. It is a new place of pilgrimage. It has become like a holy place. Your mind, your personality, your teaching has become like that of one infinite ocean where all can mingle together. And my salutation, where the people of the world are putting their adoration to you, where my adoration also joins there. So in a simple 4 lines, Rabindranath Tagore has expressed, Swami Vivekananda in one place he says that Sri Ramakrishna's life is what? It is, let me see if I find the quotation. He says that, Rabindranath Tagore's English translation is here. What he says, that diverse courses of worship from varied springs of fulfillment have mingled in your meditation. The manifold revelation of the joy of the infinite has given a form to a shrine of unity in your life, where from far and near arrive salutations, to which I join mine own. So that was his life is a combination or a meeting point of all diverse thoughts and ideas. Swami Vivekananda talks about Sri Ramakrishna in one place. He says that the person, he said that the person in whom that the supersensory power is manifest, he is called a rishi, and transcends the truth, he inquires, that is called the Vedas. But Sri Ramakrishna, attainment of this rishihood and this seership constituting the immediate knowledge of the Veda, that is the religion. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna incarnated himself to demonstrate the true religion of the Aryan race. Over time, This eternal religion had been debased, but Sri Ramakrishna incorporated its universal and eternal aspects in his own life to become a living example of the Sanatana Dharma, the eternal religion which he lived before all for the good of humanity. All merciful God has therefore incarnated himself as an avatar in this present age, one who is exceedingly perfect, more so than those who came before. He is the embodiment of all religious ideals, and support of all branches of learning. This new religion of the age will benefit the whole world, but most especially India. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is a reconstructed manifestation of the earlier founders of religion. What he is saying, that all the religious ideas which has come, it is in his life, it has taken a new form. And Swami, his life, Sri Ramakrishna's life, the inner life, that is extraordinary. And he is the consummation of all the wisdom and experiences expressed in the Vedas. Swami Vivekananda said, you want to read the Vedas, Upanishads? You have to look through the life of Sri Ramakrishna. Otherwise you will not make an understanding of those things. You will make a misconception of that. That's why Vivekananda, I put this idea that his life as the experience, all the experience of the Vedas are expressed in his life. Not only that, nay, his own realization even sometimes surpassed all the experiences of the ancient sages. And we must have to understand that the sincere longing and earnestness which he carried with him, that gives a new explanation of the scriptures. Scriptures, as you know, scripture is a mixture of essentials and non-essentials. But you look to Sri Ramakrishna's life, then you find some meaning, what these practices mean. So, to understand the ancient text of the Upanishads and the Bhagavad Gita or any text, we must have to see through the life how it is demonstrated in his life. Sri Ramakrishna's example, very favorite of mine, he gave that in the Upanishad we find, to understand that this we, the individual soul, it merges into the cosmic soul. No? It is called the Jivatma, it is called the Paramatma. That story, you know, in the tree, two birds are sitting, one in the lower branch, another in the upper branch. Upper branch is the Paramatma, he is perfectly peaceful, joyful. He is watching everything and is enjoying the bliss of it. And the lower bird, as we are, sometimes eating some sweet fruit, I am happy, very happy. I sometimes pick up something sour, it's so bad. And then we are getting frustrated and angry and disturbed, all these things. Like this is our life. And when we get these sour fruits, then we say, hey, why God is like this? Why me is like that? But anyhow, that question, and we try here and there, we don't find anyone happier. So we look up and say, oh, that upper bird is so peaceful. Okay? So we try to jump one step, hopping, one step. And the Upanishads have declared that in this way the lower bird moves towards the upper bird, our higher self. And when it comes to the upper bird, it becomes one. This is the expression in the Upanishad. Sri Ramakrishna described it in a deeper way. That's why to understand the scriptures, if we read Ramakrishna from that perspective, it gives a much clearer understanding. He says the lower bird is hopping and hopping and hopping, being tired with the environment, what brings no peace and joy, being asking for eternal joy and peace. It moves, 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 and it goes up. And when it comes very close to the upper bird opens his mouth like this, and the lower bird enters into it. And there is no lower bird. This lower bird, what I am now, you are now, it is a reflection of that upper bird. And how he has very graphically described it, that this lower bird is swallowed into that. It gets into that Paramatman, the Supreme Self, and there you become that. Is it not? There is no separation. What is the unity? Degree of unity. There is no separation. It is engulfed into that bigger self of ours. So you see, these are the expression in the scriptures what we find. So, and we find that even Holy Mother said that we are talking about the glory of Ramakrishna as what you call Ramakrishna as the harmony of embodiment of harmony of religions. And really he was, because when he used to live in Dakshineshwar or go to Calcutta, any person coming from any background, a Shiva devotee is coming, he'll be surprised. As soon as the person enters, he catches their vibration. And he behaves like the embodiment of Shiva. He sings and dances, and he himself started singing about Shiva, 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 and goes to trance and experience. But the man comes and says, oh my God, this is called Shiva. This is called Shiva worship. And within few minutes maybe another person will come, a tantric mother worshipper. And Ramakrishna starts singing, oh mother, you are like this, some many beautiful music, and he will start with that and goes to Samadhi. He says, my God, this is called the worship of mother, this is the mother worship, and the end result is here. Even the people who don't have this type of practice, the Sikh people who has the Guru Granth Sahib for them, they used to see Sri Ramakrishna as their Guru, Guru. And then not only seeing them, they used to respect him like their own traditional ideal Guru. The Christians coming and he is talking about Christ, and he is seen an embodied form of that Christ consciousness. So it is a person. It is like the Ramakrishna story. There was a chameleon, and that chameleon, someone said, I saw that chameleon. Well, what is that color? Oh, I saw it red. Someone said, no, I saw the same. It was not, it was blue. No, I saw, it is something else. And they go on fighting. Then they all moved, let us go to the tree where we saw. And they went to the tree, near the tree, and there was one man sitting there. Sri Ramakrishna said that man was sitting, and all these people, they said, I saw the chameleon as red. Or said, I saw the chameleon is yellow, blue, this, that. This man said, you are all true. This chameleon changes his color. Sometimes it is blue, sometimes it is red, sometimes it is yellow. They are not to fight. So Sri Ramakrishna is that person, that it is not to fight. But the truth is only one. Only it manifests according to our mind. We want, that's why there's so many ways of worshipping. So that was the harmony of religion, and we know that he rejected all comments against any religion. He cannot tolerate criticizing anyone, because that is also a path. Ramakrishna was in Dakshineshwar, and Naren came, and he, in those days, some queer type of practice, mixing all sects and other things in the name of religion. And he was very furious, and he was criticizing and condemning that. And Sri Ramakrishna, after long hearing, he said, my child, that is also a path. What will you say? Why do you fight with that? Those type of people will like that. Where they will go? See the sympathy, see the love. and allowing everyone to practice according to their own tendencies and let them grow. You have not been given the charge of the world, hey, take a sword and chop others because they are wrong. But first see God here, then you will see how can you change others. That was his example. But Holy Mother said, this is not the highest about Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna, not only harmony of religion, yes, that is one of the greatest contribution of this age, and particularly this age when we are passing through. It's so much needed. That's why you see everywhere in the world there is some interfaith discussion going on, interreligious council is there. Every small towns you can see in this US and in Europe also. This crying need. And the incarnation comes ahead. And sensing this problem, already given. Who knew? No one knows Ramakrishna. But the principle of Ramakrishna is working unconsciously in the heart of the people. And then, but Holy Mother said, no, that is not the highest glory of Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna's highest glory is what? Is his renunciation, is his detachment, living in the world, and how one can excel all these limitations of our human temptations and human inabilities. One can transcend. He is supreme there. So it is the Holy Mother's perspective. So if we look at that in the Sri Ramakrishna's life and his love for everyone, rich and poor, he have given the new perspective of life. You are spiritual, you may go to the temple or in the church, you can salute 100 times. Are you spiritual? No. Do you feel that God is everywhere? The service, this idea on which this Vedanta society is established, it is not social workers club, but it is to apply Vedanta into day-to-day life. If you say God is everywhere, try to see God in everyone. And then serve them. And serve in what attitude? Serve as God. It is a service to man, a service to God. It is not practiced. A person gives charity to a poor guy, and a homeless guy. We should feel that we are blessed. We could give 1 penny, even $1, even $5, even with gratitude. Not with pomp, I have given this much. And Swamiji said that was the idea that beforehand people used to give. And the receiver will be thanking and bowing down. But Swami Vivekananda brought this from Ramakrishna's idea. Let you, the receiver, bow down. And the person who receives, bless you. Turn the table opposite. Respect. Because God, you are serving God. You are given the opportunity to serve, you to open your heart. Otherwise you will be very restricted to your ego and limited existence. I mean this much. Whenever we do something for others, our heart expands. So that was the new additional thing. Sri Ramakrishna is to see the divine in everyone. In India, even now people talk about caste system and all the religious studies in basic schools. And India is caste system, India is widow man, and widows are killed there and then they are put to the Ganga. No more say that in the face of the crocodile. Swamiji has to face that. But still now we are very tired of hearing about Hinduism is caste system. But Ramakrishna backed that caste system. In his own life, all human being is a child of God. So this is something which we can imbibe in our life. Here also caste system is there. Indian caste system is one type, and we have our color caste system. In the job situation there is little, we say we are all equal, but we are not. Women are little less than men. And there are differences. This is a human. But we should not pamper that. But we should not only focus, that is the goal of whole India, you go, all caste system. That was thing of the past. Forget that. Think that what is the glorious thing of India. That is the India, is this spirituality which is always talking about that still people behave other way. And if you don't talk about that, then what will happen? Degradation is much more. So this is the Sri Ramakrishna came not to criticize, but to live a life. And that is very important for all of us. To lead a pure life. Pure life does not mean that you have to go to, as I said again, not to go to forest or to the caves. But you live in the society and live with your husband, wife, children, friend, and lead a life and respect each other as a dignified person, and think not as a dignified person, think God in the wife. Think who have done this. He worshipped Holy Mother, Sarvada Devi. And the mother is also asking, Holy Mother asked Ramakrishna, what do you think about me? Wife asking to the husband. And what was Ramakrishna? Spontaneous response. The mother who is worshipped in the temple as Mother Kali, the mother who gave birth to this body of mine, Ramakrishna's own mother, and he who is stroking my feet, and they are the same. Could you bring this awareness amongst ourselves to respect the wife, the children, the husband in that level? It is the same divine. So it is not a word, it is a talk. It is not a talk, it is a practical. We think that we love each other, and in our household life every day we fight with each other. And sometimes fight becomes too difficult. And then people separate out. But what a life of Holy Mother and Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna had no sex. Holy Mother had no sons of sex. But what? Their deepest love in the world. Purest love in the world. Uncomparable bliss in them. And the respect for each other. This is called ideal householder life. Can be achieved. Ramakrishna said, after one or two family, children and things, live like a brother and sister. This will be co-journey. Each one will help in the spiritual journey and make the journey to end the sufferings of life. So Sri Ramakrishna is unique. If we look at, he is an ideal of the monks. He is an ideal of the householders. He is the worshipper of the mother, the cosmic awakening of the divine mother in the whole universe. He has done that. He has awakened the consciousness of all the women in the world. Whatever we see today, the women's awakening, we as a fanatic people of Ramakrishna, we may think, we think that it is because of his awakening the mother. That's a God's aspect, different aspect. And Ramakrishna chose to worship God as divine mother. And he used to see nothing but mother in everyone. He is going to Calcutta, and his carriage is, he was sitting in the carriage, and they have to go quickly to some place. So the carriage driver took him to a red light area, and then when he was going and seeing these ladies, what Ramakrishna said, "Oh mother, you are dressed up like this here, take my salutation." So what a person whom you see, what respect for it, what they see, we see the outside, our nature. Ramakrishna teaches us to penetrate little deep, see who is inside. It is as I give the example, we take the pictures outside, no? Click, 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 click. We never take pictures, selfie. Now selfie has come. Turn it. See what is inside. If we can try to see that way inside, and we will find the same reality Sri Ramakrishna taught us. So his life is worth reading. You should read. If you have not, please read that life. It will bring very wonderful transformation in our life, and it will bring joy, peace, happiness, as also how to love each other, how to respect all religion, how to put human personality in the dignity of the divine, and how we can make our every work, every activity a service to God. Thank you. Om Vitoritum Avatirnam Jnana Bhakti Prashanti Pranaya Golito Chittam Jiva Dukkha Sahisnum Drita Sahaja Samadhing Chinmayang Komalangang Bimala Paramahangsang Ramakrishnang Bhajama. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We worship the stainless Paramahansa Sri Ramakrishna, who took human birth to spread knowledge, devotion and peace, whose heart melted with love, and who could not bear the suffering of mankind, whose mind naturally dwelled in the highest state of consciousness, and who, though possessing a tender human body, is the embodiment of the pure consciousness alone. Om, peace, peace, peace.